Okay, let's try again. This is the third attempt at this video. My phone's been full. People have been walking in, making loads of noise. So the video is about staying balanced and daily practices, spiritual practices, daily routines. I think they're very important, more now than ever. We've got a lot going on our planet, and a lot of it is really quite difficult to deal with. Our whole world has changed in the way we live since 2020, since what happened then, and it was already changing, but it changed just drastically then. And I think we're probably grieving a lot of that change. Something very important for daily practice, in my opinion, is sage. I've said before, when you burn sage, it's best to burn it like this, not in a stick, because you just don't get the benefit. When you use a trigger lighter, so you don't burn your fingers, and blow on the sage, you can really get an awful lot of smoke, and that's what you need to clear negative energy, to clear negative entities. You need an awful lot of it for that though, to heal and clear yourself. I sage my room before I have any clients, whether it be like a energy healing session. I do energy healing. I generally do that up in my girls' beauty room because they've got a massage bed. But if I'm in my office, even if someone's coming for a coaching session or an astrological reading, I always clear the energy of the room with sage. I use a lot of it. There's a lot of... I've got 2 teenagers. There's quite a bit of arguing that goes on in this house, and that energy hangs around. It's dense and it needs to be cleared. So sage is one of the most important ones. Sea salt, have that placed around your house. That will absorb negative energy. Crystals, I have a lot of crystals all over the place. They're in most rooms in my house. I put them on my desk at work as well. Sprays, oils, I use doTERRA. I love On Guard, and frankincense is the daddy of all oils. Put a little bit in your hands before you meditate or before you have a client. Give some to your clients. And just breathe it in. It's so calming and relaxing. So we're living in very changing times. This year is going to be hugely transformational. There's loads going on astrologically. I'm not going to talk about all of that now. But if you're feeling out of sorts, if you're not sleeping, if you're having all sorts of weird stuff going on, and maybe it's the menopause, maybe it's not. It could well be these huge photonic big bursts of light we've got coming down from our sun. There's never been so much light flooding onto our planet, which might seem strange with all the negativity and density that's going on, but that is why. Because when you've got light and dark, good and bad, when you've got that very, very different vibration from being happy, being joyful, being in love, being in gratitude, which is the only place really to be if you want to stay in a good state, in a high state, where you're productive, where you function well, where your business goes well, where your life goes well. I was going to say your love life. I haven't got one, but where things all come into fruition. then you need to be balanced. Your chakras, your energy centers need to be balanced. Yeah, we're living in difficult times, and now more than ever we need to do it. And these are some of the practices I have. Barefoot on the grass. I'm just thinking of that film from years ago. Was it Jane Fonda? I used to love that film. Tree hugging, I love. I mean, I'm not going to be doing much barefoot on the grass at the moment because it's freezing out there. I've just, there's many things. I don't know what your go-to modality is to ground yourself, but if you don't think of that, it's time to think of it. I've just been away for Christmas to my mum and dad's, which is beautiful. I'm surrounded by beauty there. I've got the beach up the road. Did I do any of it? No. I had a lovely time in many ways, but I came back discombobulated, out of sorts, stressed, negative energy, moaning, complaining, catastrophizing. That's because I wasn't putting in my daily practices. Yes, of course, I was drinking too much and eating a lot. It was Christmas and I wasn't eating particularly healthy foods. Definitely wasn't walking or doing any exercise or getting out in nature. I mean, I did go down the garden a few times, and I wasn't getting any alone time, which is so important for me and for many people. I used to never want to be alone when I was young, but yeah, being alone and being peaceful is extremely important to me. And you must give yourself those times. And if you're a mum and if you've got young kids, that's hard, especially if you're a single mum. So even if it's when you get them to bed, get in the bath with a candle on, or, whatever it might be, really important. Try and get the odd babysitter to be able to go out and do things. Yes, so obviously putting toxins in your body isn't helpful. Some people might think you shouldn't do it at all. No drinking, probably a good idea. I didn't drink for a few months. Started having a drink again just before Christmas. Wasn't too bad. A couple of over drinking nights over Christmas and the build up to Christmas. They didn't do me any favours though, but I did have fun. But nowadays they affect me, and they affect me for a few days. So that's kind of something I want to leave in the past. But I don't not drink, but I have lots of times where I don't drink anymore. And also drinking, taking drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, being down, being depressed, being low energy, they all open you up for negativity, energies and entities and attachment type things, which none of us really want. But you know what? Don't be frightened about that. I've had them, especially when I used to go out partying a lot. I didn't know what it was, but I used to get them. But when you're of high vibe, when you're doing the right thing, nothing like that can touch you. And if it does, it's quite easy to know how to navigate your way out of that. That's for another video, I suppose. So I have my sprays that I use from Amanda Ellis. Archangel Michael spray. This one is for communication. Good to spray now, actually. I did have a little spray in one of the videos before. Helps open your throat chakra. I mean, I don't know all the ingredients and qualities, but you can look them up on Amanda's website. Spiritual protection spray. I use that before I do any sort of hypnotherapy or anything where you're opening up to, the other side, past life regressions. I use it all the time. I use it before bed. Kali Ma spray, spiritual female, divine feminine goddess spray. That's for strength when we need it. Yeah. So I have oils. I mean, I have loads. you don't actually need any of them. You just need your mind and nature. And I mean, there's people who get locked up for years in prison cells who, you know, are able to stay sane because they know what to do mentally. But yes, these things are all very useful. doTERRA is great. I love On Guard. It's very protective. Frankincense is the daddy of all oils, although Moldavite oil and a new gold oil I've just heard about by Mark Bieski is very healing. I want to get some for my mum for her bad knee, for where she had a little fall. I use these oils with when I do pure energy healing, both for myself and on the to open up the third eye for myself and my clients, or before a tarot or astrology session, because it helps me sort of psychically, intuitively pick up on things more. All these little modalities, tips, tools that we have help hugely. I mean, even when I choose what to wear, sometimes I'm just at work, but for my video today, I'll put this top on because my friend bought it for me and I love her, and she doesn't even go on any of my videos, but I still love her. And I've got other tops and stuff that friends have bought me that I love, like this beautiful little Tree of Life is it a tetrahedron? I don't know what it is, but it's not a crystal, it's just plastic, I think. But I still love it because somebody meaningful bought it for me with love. So I have all these little things around me. I've got all my crystals, I have them everywhere. I don't know if I'm repeating myself because I've tried to do this video 3 times now. It's a bit weird how it wouldn't work. This crystal is a something diamond, hermavite. Anyway, it's a very healing crystal. That was given to me as a gift. I'm not promoting Mark Bieski, but it was from him. Not him personally, but his company. Well, him personally, yeah. That's where I get my sage from. I think I've said that. My Moldavite crystal necklace. I actually have 2 of these. There's a lady I know who actually has a Moldavite crystal and she won't go anywhere near it. It really triggers her, brings up difficulties. Now, when I first put mine on, it's an extremely healing crystal and it will bring up trauma to be released and healed. So, in my opinion, the best thing to do is, obviously you don't want to wear that when maybe you're at work or whatever if you're going to be feeling absolutely awful, but for a little while it might be difficult, but after a while it's hugely protective and lovely. Actually, this one was bought by accident. My dad tried to buy me the earrings to go with my other pendant for Christmas and he bought me a necklace, and I actually prefer this one. I use the other one here for when I do energy healing with people. So yeah, I have a little picture of myself as a little girl. Sometimes I have that on my screensaver. Wasn't I cute? Because sometimes when we're beating ourselves up and giving ourselves a hard time, just look at that little girl or little boy, that little inner child within that needs love, that maybe needs some healing. You know, give that little baby a hug, that little child, which is you. Give yourself the love that you'd give that little child, and having a screensaver or a picture near you will remind you to do that. I mean, obviously with me, I have all my cards. I love tarot, so I use cards a lot with my clients, for myself, with my girls. They love getting a reading now and again. When I get up in the morning, first thing I do is not worry, which I used to. And if I do start to go into worry, I sit myself up in bed. I mean, the best thing I can do is come downstairs and sit in my chair. This is the chair I use for clients. This is my office. A bit of a mess actually at the moment. But yeah, if I come down and sit in my chair and do my meditation, feet flat on the ground, grounding into Mother Earth, head up to the heavens, crown chakra, and do a chakra balancing meditation, that's one of the best ways I can start my day. Journaling is something I do regularly. Didn't do it at all while I was away. As soon as I put pen to paper when I got back, got all my thoughts and feelings, goals, new year, intentions, what videos I wanted to make, what clients I had to do charts for, or clients I needed to book in for whatever sessions they're booking in for. I just feel so much better. Journaling is great. I mean, I must have all of these are journals. That one, they're only from Asda. They're about 4 or 5 quid, those ones that I buy. I go for about 3 a year. I've only been journaling since 2020, but it's good to look back and see how far you've come. But it's also just really good to get things down. I would highly recommend it. Yeah, so we've got the new moon in Capricorn coming up on the 11th. So be very intentional at the moment, because whatever we are intending right now and whatever energy we're going into this year with is, well, we already kind of set our year up last year, not cosmically, what's the word I'm looking for, as collectively. So, but you know, we can still be intentional and make changes. But what most of us that probably would be bothering to watch my video have put in place last year and recently, and are putting into action, will be coming into fruition this year. As I've said with my solar return, since sort of June, I've been in very much sun in 12th house, meaning I've been very introspective, not wanting to go out. Yeah, I'm not going to go through my chart again because I've told you about that in other videos, but I think that's going for quite a lot of people at the moment too. Massive change and transformation, wanting to work on yourself, wanting to deal with your demons, wanting to change your lifestyle, wanting to know why you repeat unhealthy patterns, and now is time more than ever. I'm not trying to plug anything, but yeah, getting your astrology chart ready is really, really helpful. Knowing where your childhood trauma is, where you're sort of hanging on to it and storing it in your somatic self, in your body, and finding ways to release that with a therapist if you need it. If you can do it on your own, great, is a very good idea. Group meditations to help the planet are a lovely thing to do too. Lynn McTaggart might be someone to look up. Does the power of 8, the power of collective meditation and thought. Yes, they are a few things. For me, getting out in nature, walking, tree hugging, when it's warm enough, barefoot on the grass, started back at the gym. That's made me feel a whole lot better, even though I didn't do that much today. I'm back on track with that. Yeah, I'm a bit worried this video is going to cut out. I have tried to free up a lot of storage, but I'm probably going to finish this now. I do want to pull some cards for us for this upcoming month of January, because it's an important month. Jupiter just went direct at the end of the month. That's always when a planet goes direct, especially Jupiter being the planet of luck and expansion. That's always like a really nice, good sign for enthusiasm and getting things done, even though it did go direct in the opposing Taurus and Scorpio sort of financial energy, which has in the past been crashes in the financial systems and things like that, which we don't want personally, do we? But also it can be expansion of finances and that kind of thing too, which is what we'd all like, no doubt. As I say, I've already said today that Pluto is moving out of Capricorn and into Aquarius, which is much needed, out of sort of top-down institutions, our political systems, banking systems that don't work anymore, moving into cryptocurrencies, CBDCs, and whether you like them or not, I don't particularly, but there's a lot to be said for different type, not having our money system the way it has been. If you ever look at the banking system, it's terrible. I don't like the thought of never having cash anymore though. I will avoid shops or let them know that I do not like to not be able to use cash, and I would recommend we do that. What else? Water, filtered water. I don't have a filtered water system in my house. I'd like to have one, but they're pretty expensive. But I do have a really good Fox PHOXX water filter, and I always put lemon and ginger and fresh turmeric or cinnamon in my drink and my water bottle for work. My friend at work I saw her bringing her water canister out with her even when she's out partying. She never looks frazzled. That's because she keeps herself hydrated, and which is a good thing to do. What else? Actually, I'll just, this isn't a plug, but my friends bought me this perfume. It's We Are One, and it's by A Curious Herbal, which is a lady called Lizzie. And since I've been using it, it's been commented on many times, and it's all pure and natural. You'd have to look on her website to know more about it. But I love my Chanel, and I used to wear Dolce & Gabbana, the red one. But now when I put them on, although I love them, they just feel toxic now. So I love this one. What else? They're most of my daily practices and routines and things that keep me calm. And as I say, I'm no saint. I do still like a party now and again. I do drink wine and gin now and again. But I'm just doing my best to do less of that. Certainly don't do any of that when when I'm working or anywhere near around having clients. But special occasions and stuff, it's okay. I've got my little, keep forgetting it's not Shiva, it's this is what my friend bought me, and you put the little lays on them, and that's good luck. She's always on my desk with me when I have clients, or when I'm journaling, or when I'm working, or when I'm working on a new project or whatever. So yes, that is my video for today. I will do a little card pull for another video. Keep intentional, keep balanced, keep as healthy as possible, keep away from toxins as much as you can. And if you do end up doing things that that you might feel a bit bad about, don't feel bad about them. Enjoy the time that you had with them, but balance yourself out after. Okay. Malvidite, Hanukkah diamond, sage, that sort of sage, sea salt all around the house. They all help. Lots of love. Have a good January. I hope that's been useful. Be intentional for the new full moon in Capricorn, new moon in Capricorn. We're already in the energy for that. Start writing out your intentions now. You might want to burn them actually around the Capricorn new moon, which is at about midday on the 11th. There's some difficult things going on that day planetary wise too, but stay away from watching too much news, stay high vibe, be nice to each other, be loving, be grateful.